is your last one and a courtesy call.
Hey guys, welcome back. Bomb here, bringing you the next battle. If you guys saw, I believe 3 days ago, or maybe 4 because of the MLBB being between, or like, I don't know, there's a couple days ago, we did a battle, Gardevoir GX versus Golisopod GX. This is the next battle of that series, but this time I'm taking Golisopod while my buddy Devin takes Gardevoir. Oh, by the way, that was a Japanese hyper rare Marshadow. I love the Japanese rainbow rares more than I like the American ones. Oh, they're so cool. But regardless, it's a different story. Today, I'm piloting Golisopod. Yesterday or the day before that, it's tough to tell because I forgot about the MLPB upload because that's going to be taking the place of one of them probably, and pre-release. I did a Golisopod deck builder, or deck profile, that's what I call deck analysis video. Which, by the way, you guys, it looks like a lot of you guys missed the Gardevoir one. It only has like 3 likes, but that was, I mean, it's uploaded today, so that's a little bit of third wall there going. But I'm playing Golisopod. It looks like I led with the Wimpod. Now, leading with that Wimpod is great because it does have free retreat. I'm also using Bridget this turn. As you can see, I late for Bridget earlier in the turn. Now I have that's the real one, the Japanese one. This one where I got all my copies from. But now I have Remoraid. Yeah, he's just showing it to the camera. Good job, Devin. Interrupting my video. I got 2 Remoraid, two Wimpods and a Remoraid, and I did use that free retreat. I wanted to go into the Scamper Away one. I might as well use the free retreat while I can, and then Scamper Away. If I don't get Golisopod this turn, I could use the attack, which does shuffle it back into the deck. I got water with me this time, so I don't clear my throat as much. He also plays Bridget. He gets 3 Ralts and a Remoraid. Now, one of those Ralts are a different artwork. That one's the Ancient Origins art. Did you know that the Ancient Origins and Breakthrough ones are the exact same one? They're just reprints with almost the exact same art too. But he did use Diancie to evolve one of his Ralts into a Curlia. So leading Diancie was really, really good for him. I'm going to evolve into a Golisopod with the bench one. I'm also going to Ultra Ball here, get rid of a DC and a Grass Energy. Unfortunately, didn't want to do that, but I can draw a bunch with Octillery, and this seems like my best way to do it. Right now I'm trying to find a way to make my Golisopod active this turn. That way I can do my 120 damage. Let's see how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw 4 here, and I got another Golisopod. I'm gonna make that one Golisopod, and I already attached for the turn, so I can't attach again. Let's see what else I'm gonna do this turn. I have a Foulplayz in my hand. I'm debating whether I want to put it down or not, because I lose bench space for another Lele. I don't really need the Foulplayz, but it could help late game for hitting those big numbers. So it's tough. It's a tough call. As you can see, I'm really questioning it. I'm just gonna play N instead, though. I'm gonna leave that bench space open so that I don't have to worry about having room for Lele later, because Lele could get you Guzma or Acerola, which are both really important cards in this deck. So I want to make sure there's bench space open for him. But my goal here now is to get myself a Floatstone, since I can't retreat without getting a Floatstone right now. So I do play, in this variant, I think I play 3. I know in my latest one I am definitely playing 3, so this might only have 2 in the deck right now. Let's take a look. I ended up really liking 3 Floatstones in the deck, so I'm sticking with 3. And did I get it? Did I get it? Let's see. I did get it. So now I can Floatstone, retreat, and I can get my knockout on this Diancie before he continuously evolves Pokemon. That Diancie is a huge problem to me. I'm going to put down the Foulplayz now. Now that I have a decent hand with a decent board state, I'm okay with putting down this this Foulplayz, and I'm going to take my prize. And now he's going to go into Curlia. Now, the cool thing about Golisopod and what makes Golisopod strong in this matchup is that it has a lot of early game pressure. Unfortunately, he was able to evolve his Ralts into a Curlia using Diancie's attack, which means he can evolve this one into a Golisopod this turn if he wants to. Not Golisopod, Gardevoir if he wants to, which is a problem, for sure. But I can 2-hit KO Gardevoirs, and it takes a little bit more for them to OHKO me, since Golisopod is only a 1 energy attacker. He's going to drop Rare Candy and Fairy Garden. Probably going to get that Gardevoir or Octillery, one or the other. We'll see here. He's going to get Gallade instead. All right, let's see if he's gonna go for that multi-turn attack or multi-turn Ultra Ball. Oh, he's gonna rare. Oh, never mind. Okay. Keeps a bench space open for Lele, and he's going to go ahead and use that. He's attached a DCE first. Get Lele. Let's see what he's going to get off of Lele. He's going to get Sycamore, and he's going to go for the Sycamore play, which is good. Sycamore for a 7. I mean, he only had an energy in his hand, so it was a good play on his part. And also, forgive the background noise, guys. There are people yelling in the background again. You know how it is. He's going to draw a 7, though. He got another Curlia. He got a Gardevoir. He had a really good hand off of this. He even has a rare candy Gardevoir. So now he can either choose to make the active one a Gardevoir or just go ahead and make the bench one a Gardevoir. But I think the best one is to make the active one a Gardevoir. That way he can evolve the bench one to a Curlia. I feel like that's the best way to use all your resources. And he's really debating, like, which one should I do? I understand it, too, since you can't attack this turn anyways. You don't have a Fairy Energy. It's pretty tough, since you need a Fairy Energy to attack with Gardevoir. He has a Sycamore for next turn as well, so he's really running smoothly in this variant. Yeah, he was just showing me what he was questioning. So now he gets to keep a rare candy in his hand. He has a DC for next turn, as well as an N and a Sycamore. So he has options for next turn, but he can't attack this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, he's going to use Gallade first, though. Make sure he gets a Fairy Energy for next turn so he can start doing damage from the looks of it. Or, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to... He might Sycamore or N. It's actually really good because now he knows if the next cards he's going to draw are worth drawing or not. He's going to let the Gallade out since the, you know... The Glade is not really a threat, but he's actually going to choose to go with the Remoraid instead. He wants to keep everything around. It sucks he's going to lose Octillery here. The potential for an Octillery, but that's fine. He can always put down a Remoraid later. I'm going to attach another Grass Energy to the one on the bench. I don't really need to worry about switching out this turn since I do hit this thing for weakness for knockout. So pretty much the end of my turn. Very simple turn. I have a lot of resources in my hand, but like they're all that you can see. There's an AZ, which is an Acerola. Like there's a bunch of different options right now, so there's no real worry. He is gonna Ultra Ball, probably get another Gardevoir. So now he has 2 Gardevoirs down and a Gallade, and he's gonna use Sycamore as well. So there we go. That's a really good turn for him. I'm trying to think of like how he could get a knockout by attaching, I believe, 6 energies to a Gardevoir plus a Choice Band. But of course he could also just do damage with the Gallade, since I can't really knock out Gallade next turn unless I get like... No, there's no way for me, because I have to hit him with the other attack, the GX attack, if I want to get a knockout on him this turn. So that was a good play on his part, leaving that Gallade out there. Gallade can do damage while not being threatened to be knockout quite yet. So he's going to hit me with that 130. So it sucks for me because that means I have to Acerola it, Super Scoop Up. I have to do something with that, which is not a big deal. I mean, it just uses a resource, but we have so many resources in Golisopod deck that, you know, we're okay. We're okay with this. I know I have the AZ in my hand, so what I could do is I could use the AZ, put the thing back into my hand, evolve the one on the bench with the Grass Energy into the Golisopod, and put down the Wimpod. So there you go. We got to put everything right back down, which is why it's such a powerful card in this deck. And we have retreat options. That one became active this turn as well, so it is going to hit the big 120 number. And this one has a float stone, so I can retreat into the other Golisopod next turn to hit another 120 number. So far things are looking good, although I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably just going to hit this thing for 30 this upcoming turn, because that seems like the better play, right? Because unless this thing switches out, we should be good. He probably will switch out, though. I don't think he'd want to lose his Gallade like this. He has a pretty decent chance of knocking me out with Gardevoir if things go his way here. But you do see he has 2 Octilleries in hand, which isn't great. He's probably going to Ultra Ball them both away. He's eventually going to use the GX attack to shuffle 10 cards back into his deck. So maybe Ultra Balling away those Octilleries isn't the worst thing in the world. He also has a Guzma in hand too, so he can Guzma out maybe like Octillery or something. Bunch of different options this turn. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to choose the Acerola instead. That's actually good because that gives him room to turn that Ralts into a Gardevoir in the future. Surprised with that move though, but that also gets him his DCE back, right? Which means he can actually attack this turn. He's going to lose Octillery and a Guzma. What is he getting? Probably a Remoraid, right? Because he has another Octillery in hand. So if he can become an Octillery, that'd make things really good for him. I'm not going to be getting a knockout on this Gardevoir. I don't see a way I could get a knockout on this Gardevoir. So maybe I'm going to try to shoot for that Remoraid so he can't become an Octillery. There's a couple options here. I could choose a damage, a Gardevoir. But he has 2 down, right? I could also Oko a Lele with my GX attack. Or I can actually... Can I do it with the other attack? No, I can't. I would do 30. Yeah, I could actually. If I evolve that Fomantis into a Lurantis and get a Choice Band, I could knock out a Lele with my first attack as well. He's getting the Remoraid though, as you saw. And he can attach that DCE to the active if he wanted to. He's debating it though, because what if this one ends up getting knocked out, you know what I mean? Right now he is doing 90 damage with an attack. He might also just GX attack here, because he did lose a lot of resources. He can put energies back into his deck, which is why this variant doesn't play Super Rod or anything like that, or Rescue Stretcher, because the GX attack in itself is so powerful. And since you can tank hits, you're okay to use a GX attack pretty much whenever you want in the game. Now seems a decent time, right? He already used up a bunch of good supporters, Acerolas, Ends, Rare Candies. You can put that Octillery back, Octillery Remoraid line back, in case he needs to get another Octillery Remoraid, or in case I threaten the knockout here. But yeah, he is using the GX attack. There we go. Putting all those energies back, an Octillery Remoraid line, Rare Candy, getting a Stadium back as well. The recursion is just so strong. Let's see what else he's getting. He's just kind of lining it out so that he understands and I understand what he's getting back. More Rare Candies. Another N, a Guzma. So he's getting all of his valuable supporters as well. That should be all 10. Let's see if he's going to change his mind. He left an energy in there. I don't know if he wants to bring the energy back or not. I would personally bring the energy back. Maybe over a Rare Candy. Let's take a look here. Oh, he's going to choose over the Stadium. That's fair. You don't really need the Stadium in this deck anyways. Or you don't need it in this matchup, I should say. So yeah, there we go. See, that attack is so powerful. He just completely revitalized his deck. Now he has plays upon plays for the next couple of turns. I'm going to attach a energy to a Wimpod. Now, I feel like I overextended just a little bit in this game. You don't ever need 2 Golisopods down at once, I think. Or 3 Golisopods down at once. I'm trying to think of it. Like the cool thing about it is that if you have a 3rd Wimpod down, you could evolve it if you AZ. But I'm not too sure how necessary that is. I guess it is the safest play though. I don't know. So it takes a little bit of testing. I am going to get my Lurantis, so now I can actually knock out Lele's if I feel like it. I'm trying to put myself in a position to where I'll have 2 prizes left, and that's what I want to do. I kind of feel like it's a smart decision to Guzma out that Octillery, which I did, which is... Oh, I see. I did that. Okay, I'm about to say. Why did I switch out? Then I realized Guzma's also makes you switch. So I'm going to get the knockout there. He's going to evolve to Curlia, DCE, Sycamore, losing Gallade and Octillery, which sucks, but that's, I mean, I knocked out the Remoraid. It was a threat. He's going to Field Blower, get my Floatstone, which kind of sucks, but it's not a big deal. He does have another Fairy Energy if he wants to use the ability to attach it. I don't really see the reason since he's not going to get an Oko this turn. But he is going to put down another Remoraid down. So he's just constantly getting those Remoraids. He does have another 2 Rare Candies in the deck, in his hand. So in case he needs to Acerola again later in the game, he has those retreat options. He's going to attach the energy to Gardevoir though. Very smart play because he knows he's just going to focus on 2 KOing when he doesn't have to overextend. Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to super scoop up, see if I can find it. I remember this game. I was holding on to that super scoop up since the first turn. I could have played it in place of Acerolas or Guzmas or anything, but I chose not to because I knew I'd get tails. I'm attaching the grass energy, yeah, to Lele, because Lele can be a decent attacker later in the game. I did get another Floatstone though, so I could retreat and attack this turn. Probably what I am going to do. I do also have Rescue Stretcher. That might become a Revitalizer. I just like the idea of shuffling Lele's back into the deck and getting Lele's back over, or getting Lele's back into your hand. That's why it's not a Revitalizer, but it might become one. I'm questioning it. But I'm getting the damage here, hitting that 140 because of the Lurantis on bench. He is finally evolving to Octillery, so he finally got off that Octillery play. He can attach this turn probably to the benched one. He's most likely going to retreat here or use Guzma. Guzma can knock out the damaged one on the bench, which I guess he is going for. Yep, there we go. Use the ability. Let's see if he draws. I guess he would have to, right? He gets a Lele. He also gets an Acerola and a DCE. He's in a really good position here. He's attaching that DCE to Curlia. All that spread energies is really coming in handy for him. Luckily, I'm ahead in the prizes right now. He's going to take the knockout, though. So now I'm 1 prize ahead, which is okay. It gives me room to knock out things like Octillery, or I might just go for the big prizes here. Now that I have an Octillery down myself, N doesn't really threaten me. I've had the Octillery down for a long time, but it's just some food for thought. I might just go for Lele this turn. If I can, if I do have the Guzmas or something like that. We'll see here, though. I'm going to put down Lele. Lele will get me Guzma, I believe, if there's any more in the deck, which there is. Luckily, there's one more in the deck. Which is why I like to keep a bench space open for Lele's. But I'm actually, yeah, I'm getting the damage Gardevoir. We're going to get my knockout here. I'm going to knock him out with Lele. That way I don't have to keep, that way I can retreat into a Golisopod next turn easily and get a knockout on Lele in case he makes that play. It's an all-encompassing play. I'll pretty much get a if I can get Octillery to be knocked out, that also works, but you never know here. I'm essentially letting him knock out Lele here. Maybe it's not my best play. Maybe just going into Golisopod and letting him potentially take the knockout would have been fine too. But I couldn't what's it called? I couldn't guarantee a Lysander. I couldn't guarantee a retreat option next turn. But at the same time, I just realized if I can guarantee a Guzma next turn, I get a knockout on Octillery, even if I don't retreat just because of weakness, because I hit 50, and then with weakness, that's 100. So maybe that wasn't my best play. But regardless, let me see here. I just got a message with why I got distracted, guys. I apologize. Let's see what I choose to do here, or see what he chooses to do here. I think he knows I have the game in the bag, and he's trying to make this play off that. He's going to enemy down to 1, but this is why we have Octilleries. The only thing that sucks about that is that I'm losing my Rescue Stretcher, because if he does knock me out, Rescue Stretcher does get me back my Lele, which gets me a Guzma. And I know I got a Guzma off the prizes that turn as well. So hopefully I can get Rescue Stretcher or a way to get Lele back. He's going to get rid of my Choice Band. Let's see what he does here. He's going to draw off the Guzma, or the Octillery. And now he also has a Choice Band in hand, so he's ready to take some big damage next turn if I don't knock out this, if I don't win this turn. Let's see what I get. I got DCE. I can attach a DCE as a retreat option, which is nice. I also have an N in my hand as well. I'm an Octillery here. Let's see. Rescue Stretcher gets me Lele. Lele gets me Guzma. I'm trying to think if that's the right play. I think what I'm thinking right now is that I have to get 2 prizes, so I need Choice Band. But nope, I can just Guzma for Octillery for game. There we go. That's going to be the next game. So you guys got to see Gardevoir beat Golisopod, and you guys got to see Golisopod beat Gardevoir. There was a really close game. It was down to that turn. It was down to my turn, his turn. I needed to make sure he couldn't do anything crazy that turn. And during my turn, I had to make sure I won that turn, or else he could have potentially beaten me next turn. So it was a really, really, really good game. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. Let me know what you think about all the decks. The deck profiles for both decks are in the previous video, so just go back to my channel to see the deck profiles if you haven't seen them already. Some people have been suggesting a couple decks for me. Somebody wants me to play Tapu Koko with the new cards. I'm thinking about doing Tapu Koko versus Neuron GX. I could definitely see that being a lot of fun as a matchup. So let me know what you guys think about that in the future, and what decks you want to see me play for sure. Drop a like, subscribe, share, all the good jazz, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.